All right, welcome to my new column called The Howl of the Wicked. And in this one, I'm going to show you a bunch of ripping fast metal licks and riffs that only contain single notes. Any of those rhythm parts have absolutely no power chords. Check it out. All right, so the cool thing about this riff that is based off of 8-note triplets, very classic heavy metal rhythm, and I'm bouncing off all those hammer-ons and pull-offs off of open E string. At the end of it, I tag along 2 chromatic type licks that's sort of reminiscent of a lot of bands like Megadeth when they took old British heavy metal and brought it more into new Americanized, modernized style. So check this out. So the first section of this riff is basically between the frets of 9 and 12, and I'm bouncing off this little rhythm. Okay, it's just very quick, but it's the same little fret combination. And I change it right here. It goes between the 5 and 9 fret, and 4 and 7. Okay, you could really sort of like dig in between those notes with the right hand. You want to make sure that those notes pop out in between the notes that you fret. Okay, the turnaround of this riff is a chromatic little section that starts from the open A string. You move it up 2 frets higher, and you still start with an open A string. Okay, so this is how the lick breaks down. Let's talk about the picking here. The notes that you fret, you sort of open them up, but when you play the open E string, you really want to mute that string down. It makes the fretted notes sort of pop out, okay? See how sort of the left hand opens up when you hit the notes that you fret? You could also hear that sometimes I add a quick pull-off with my left hand to give the lick a little more of a sliding sound. So the chromatic part is all alternate picked, and I don't use any muting. You could see when I get to the note on the 4th string, I accent it so the lick has a little bit of a contour. Okay, so the next riff is a little bit slower paced. It's based off of Phrygian dominant, but I'm throwing in an extra flat 5 in there. All right, check it out. All right, so this riff, once again, bounces off in low E. What makes it cool is that I'm constantly jumping between this wide intervallic stretches that makes the lick sound wide and at the same time pretty heavy. All right, so check this out. This is the first little section. Okay, very heavy, kind of Sabbathy there. And then I have a little climb up lick. Sort of all alternate picked. Make sure you get a nice harmonic at the third string for cool effect. The next section goes like this, similar to the first one. Except I go to the F note. And this is my favorite final section. The cool thing about it is that I'm basically bouncing off this flat 5, this B flat on the 6th string, and I'm catching it the same exact note on the 5th string. So it's got this sort of like the same note, but it's got a little bit different of a tonal thing. And I repeat the same thing except with the B note.